Are you often exhausted or fighting burnout, but it seems impossible to make work not the only purpose of life? I'm telling you that it's not only possible, but also I will provide 10 tips in this 3-part series to improve your work-life balance. In each part, I focus on different aspects of balance, so for you not to miss those, I will provide a link to the playlist in the description down below and on the end screen. This group of tips helps to improve your work-life balance by improving time spent at work. You would feel much happier about your balance if time at work won't exhaust you, but would be exciting and meaningful. So let's get started. Simple yet really important hack for good work-life balance I discovered by failing to follow it myself. A great method for completing projects is to use Pomodoro technique, which should make you really efficient and productive. But soon you will see that it's possible to ruin even this time-proven technique. So I work by using this technique, and the alarm goes off. I hit the 25-minute mark. I'm not super engaged, but feeling good. So instead following the method, I started to think that I know better, skipped a 5-minute break and kept up the good work. But it turns out everything goes wrong after that. I keep working and just turning off those now meaningless alarms since I don't take any breaks. Guess what? Third cycle without a break and I'm terribly tired. So finally I take 5 minutes like I'm supposed to. But after those are gone, I'm no longer energetic enough to do any kind of work. And my 4th Pomodoro cycle before a longer break is a total waste of time. I'm so exhausted and bored that I don't want to continue working not only after a long break, but the next day as well. This is how I ruined my work-life balance, by not taking planned breaks. If you're not planning them in your work at all, you're in much bigger trouble and you absolutely must do that. Breaks are an essential component of any activity. Projects, sports, and of course, work. Even if you feel it's okay to skip one, most likely you should not do it, because the need will come to you in the form of hating surrounding world, when your work-life balance is already shattered. And you may want to skip breaks of many different forms. It can be a 5-minute break, lunch, or even holidays. But neither of those should be neglected, because in the best case scenario, you will be in bad mood for the rest of the day. In the worst, you will reach burnout with more serious consequences. So plan and don't skip your breaks. The second occasion when your work-life balance can be incorrect is then your job cannot be called an ikigai activity. And what's ikigai activity? It's the one that falls into these 4 categories. One that you love, you are good at, one that world needs, and the one that you can be paid for. It can seem like a loose connection to work-life balance, but when you think about it, if you're underpaid, unappreciated, struggling, or hating your job in general, you can't be happy about your balance, because even short but really negative experience will always outweigh your positive time outside of work. Such an ikigai activity is not easy to find, but you should not search for it either. You should create one by yourself. None of these categories are stable. Even something you like may change over time. So you surely can tweak some things to create many ikigai activities. In general, you want to start with something that you love and then find people who need your activity. And believe me, there always are some. From YouTube videos to other products, rule of thumb is that the audience is already waiting for your content. You just need to reach it. This might be not a really wide audience if you don't adjust your product for it at all, but in this case, you can compensate by being really good in your niche and because of that, increasing your price. And one of the ways to improve yourself and set your price high is to follow insights from this channel by subscribing. The last tip in improving category is to make your work as deep as possible. It's deep and shallow work concepts from Cal Newport's book, Deep Work. Since you're watching this channel, I would guess that you are a smart person, always using opportunities to grow and improve. If I'm correct, most likely you just hate shallow work. Work that just takes place for the sake of work. It's boring meetings, replying to mails, and any other repetitive tasks. It's counterintuitive, but making your work harder and deeper will make you like it more. And actually, it can help to make your work more suitable as an ikigai activity. This deep work comes down to the flow state, what we already talked before on this channel. Generally, if activity is just hard enough, you still can do it, but it pushes you to your capability limits, you get into the flow state. This is where true magic happens. You'll work with great concentration, which allows massive results. This type of work feels meaningful and engaging. You forget everything around you while you're doing it, and you feel happy once you finish it. There are many tips on how to turn your work from shallow to deep. But since I will mention it in part 2, now I will just tell that besides getting the correct difficulty, it's equally important to create a distraction-free environment, because fragmented attention does not work well with deep work. Once you get your work-life balance correct, you may realize that most of the problems come not from work at all. Anxiety and worry may start at work, but occur in many steps of our daily lives. But you can fix this problem too. In this video, I provide you 3 methods for fighting worry in all life situations. See you here, and stay balanced while building your superior life.